We started out together in Orangeburg County in 1975 in the same court, with the same lawyers, with the same prosecutor, and with the same sentence. Both of us were sentenced to die in October of 1975. We would become next door neighbors on death row. Him in cell 3 and me in cell 4. And now, 45 years later, I was released here 2 weeks ago. And my friend here, Philip, was here to greet me with the same message of miracle and joy and peace that God has given us.
My name is Philip Robertson. I'm from Orangeburg County, a little place called Ellery, South Carolina. And my story is, I was sentenced to death 3 years to be executed for my 22nd birthday. And I was a mess. I was a mess. And so when people talk to me, I didn't want to hear, they didn't want to hear nothing, And so once God touched me, it feel like, something brand new came into my life. And I'm gonna say this, I was one of the biggest dope men in the penitentiary at that time. And 1990, that's when it seemed like everything changes in my life. Now, I was married. My son, we had a little concert visit during that time. And my son born 89. And I was slinging dope. I got busted to a mad dude. And my wife told me, when I called, I told her what had happened. She said something and just reached in me and just pulled everything out of me. The words I never forget. She told me, she said, I'm out here trying to raise your son and you ain't there doing what you doing, right? And it hurt me so bad, like that night I got on my knees and I asked God. I said, God, if you take this out of me, this will never happen. And next morning I woke up, all the bad things I used to do, I used to smoke dope, shoot dope, sell dope, I used to do it, And it seemed like everything changes. And from 1990 up to this day, I ain't never looked back.
2 weeks I've been here after a 45-year stay in prison. I can't possibly describe the joy I feel and the peace I have with the program people, the members here with me, participants, embracing us and helping us grow and walk through this process of getting connected with the world again. But I want to share this morning a little bit of my story, and it's God's, not my story, but God's, no doubt. As a 20-year-old kid, I committed a murder. I took the most precious thing in this world, and that's a human life, and I was sentenced to die in the electric chair for that crime. For the next 20 years, I was very fortunate having been resentenced 3 years after being sentenced to die, and I spent the next 20 years really not living with any kind of gratitude for that. I wasn't a believer at the time. I was very angry with the world, and I didn't have really any concept of a God or any desire to know one. And for the next 20 years, I was very violent and lived contrary to any authority. Ended up spending long-term Supermax lockup, and it was there that I gave my life to God. And in 1995 to today, what God has done in my life is nothing but a miracle. And I sit here today having graduated a 2-year college program, been a leader in JUMPSTART, programming in the CBUs around the state at various places, and I've been blessed with the opportunity to transition back to society from right here in JUMPSTART.
When I found out I had stage 4 cancer, and they knew. So JUMPSTART, right? I took sick that Sunday night, June the 3rd. So they took me to the emergency room June the 2nd. So they run all the tests on me and all this. And they find out, cancer, and I start spreading into my liver, my lung, and all this. I had stomach cancer. And June the 7th, they had a major operation on. And that day, all the brother from JUMPSTART, even for the director, he was there with me. They support me, give me that brother love and that support.
I'd like to add to JUMPSTART. I came associated with 9 years ago at Perry Correctional Institution. I moved into the CBU program specifically to be a part of JUMPSTART. Little did I know it would take 9 years for me to actually reach the destination here. But what it did for me and growing me and the purpose that I found in my life, it turned my heart from one of stone to one of flesh, turned me into a teacher, and just seeking every day ways to serve God's kingdom. And what it's done for me was transform the man before I was able to come here and participate in the transition back to society. But it's JUMPSTART that has led me this far and continues to lead me. All praise to God. Thank you.
Amen.